come here to love one another. We have come here to let our love grow. We are family, we're sisters and brothers, and we carry this love wherever we go. Try that with me. We have come here to love one another. We have come here to let our love grow. We are family, we're sisters and brothers, and we carry this love wherever we go. Yeah, we carry this love. We carry this love wherever we go. Yeah, we carry this love. We carry this love wherever we go. Yeah, we have come here to love one another. We have come here to let our love grow. We are family, we're sisters and brothers, and we carry this love wherever we go. Yeah, we carry this love. We carry this love wherever we go. Yeah, we carry this love. We carry this love wherever we go. Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. Beautiful day. Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. This beautiful, this beautiful, this beautiful day. This beautiful, this beautiful, this beautiful day. Wonderful friends. Thank you for my friends, Spirit, thank you for my friends. Thank you for my friends, Spirit, thank you for my friends. My wonderful, my wonderful, my wonderful friends. My wonderful, my wonderful, my wonderful friends. Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. Same thing last time. Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day.
Good morning. Welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living in Santa Rosa. I am Russ Laguerre. I am your assistant minister, and I am very glad to be here with you today. And can we give some more love to Trey and Chris and Brett and Nick? Thank you for waking us up with some wonderful music. Whether you're in the room or you're watching online, please know you are very welcome here, where we work to honor all life through inclusion, diversity, and equity. Now, please join me in reading out loud our mission. The Center for Spiritual Living is a spiritual community that promotes global transformation through personal transformation. Our purpose is to awaken humanity to its spiritual magnificence. We are motivated by a compelling global vision that inspires us to bring the gifts of compassion, integrity, and loving kindness to the world through our programs and teaching. Together, we are helping create a world that works for everyone. And we work towards this world through our 5 spiritual practices. And would you please read those with me? Spiritual study, affirmative prayer, meditation, selfless service, spiritual circulation. We are in a new month, and that means that we have a new faith tradition to explore together. And this month, we are exploring Taoism. And you'll hear about more of that from Dr. Edward today. But you also have a handout that you received on your way into the sanctuary today that has all of the ways that Taoism is similar to the science of mind as well as different than the science of mind. And if you're watching online, you can find that handout on our website. June is also Pride Month, so happy Pride, y'all. Now, how many of you were at our Pride booth yesterday in Santa Rosa? Okay, some of you were. Well, if you were there, I want to take this moment to recognize all of the volunteers who creatively helped set up that Pride booth so that we could be ready to share ourselves with the world. So thank you to Alicia Carroll, Peggy Weber, Bob Stender, Bruce Gatta, Reverend Scioto Bell, William Abel, Don and Brenda Cobran, and anyone else whose name I wasn't able to get because there are a lot of people who came together to make that happen. And it was a beautiful booth and a beautiful time. So let's give a round of applause to all of those volunteers. But I'm not done recognizing volunteers. You know, there's a seemingly endless amount of work that goes into helping this building and this grounds be as beautiful and inviting as it is for our center community. And that is because of the really good work that our facilities volunteers do here every single week. Whether it's out blowing leaves or pulling weeds or sweeping the floor or making repairs or moving hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of chairs. Thank you, Bruce, by the way, for that. So we have a video from them telling a little bit about why they love the facilities volunteering so much. So let's see that video.
I volunteer for the facilities team here at the center. And I do it for a number of reasons. In principle, I do it just because the center is such a good thing and does so much good work for so many people. I really like being a part of it. I like supporting it. I like contributing to it, and I just like being a part of it. And then experientially, there are a number of things that happen that make it really rewarding. I enjoy looking at the space that I've cleaned, and all the gates that have been opened, and I see people coming and going, and the space is clean and it's safe. I like that. I come inside, I see the candles twinkling away, and that feels good. I see either Rosa or Edward reaching for a glass of water, and I know, okay, that's a clean glass of cool water. I know that because I just put it there. Those things feel really good. And the other thing I really like is I come in the morning, and the band is rehearsing. They're getting every measure just right. Juanita's in there with her team getting the coffee ready. Russ or Edward are kind of looking at notes, and you can see them going through stuff in their head. The sound team is really getting everything really right. And it's there's an energy around that. You know, this process is building up. I feel like I have a backstage pass, you know, to my favorite band, and the concerts kind of get ready to start. That's really fun. If you are interested in volunteering, go out to the volunteer table after service and talk to whoever's at the table, and they'll be delighted to see you, and we'll get you on board with the team.
Thank you, Lynn, for that beautiful video and sharing with us. And thank you to all of our facilities volunteers for making this place as beautiful as it is every single week. We use flowers to send messages of love and appreciation to one another. And today we have 2 flower dedications. And the first is from Roger Vincent and is for his wife, Colleen. And he says this dedication is to celebrate our 67 years together. Creating 4 children and having 6 amazing grandchildren, as well as years of love and joy. And the next flower dedication is for Vera Mann, and is from her daughters Marjorie and Marilyn and her son-in-law Leon. And they say, "Dear Mom, we love you. We miss you. And most of all, we thank you for supporting our dreams and goals, and for being our role model and biggest cheerleader. We are grateful for all of the little things that we didn't always recognize as gifts when we were growing up. You instilled in us our love of dance, music, and travel. You are now reunited with Dad and your family in your heavenly home. We know you are singing alongside the angels and getting everyone up to do the electric slide. Mom, we love you today, tomorrow, and always." I'd now like to extend a very warm welcome to our first-time visitors. If it is your first time here, would you please stand as you're able or raise your hand? We'd love to bring you a flower and a welcome packet as a token of gratitude for joining us today. All the way in back. And if you're watching online for the very first time, please let us know in the chat. We're so grateful that you're here with us today. I know that somewhere between the music, the meditation, the prayer, the practices, and Dr. Edwards' message today, you'll find exactly what you need for the next step of your spiritual unfoldment. Please know you are very welcome here. Now, please enjoy some music before our short time of silent contemplation and prayer.
As I say a tender yes to everything that comes to me, my heart is open, I am free. I open to all that is, it brings me to my knees. I surrender, I am peace. As I say a tender yes to everything that comes to me, my heart is open, I am free. I open to all that is, it brings me to my knees. I surrender, I am peace.
resting in that tender yes, that very opening that leads me to the recognition of that oneness of life right here, that allness, that great Tao that cannot be named, the holy, infinite, beautiful presence of life everywhere present. And because it is everywhere present, I know that it must be present in me. And so I open to that truth, feeling and recognizing that ground of being right where I am, in and through all that I am, knowing this also for each of us, this one equal, beautiful, incredible unity and flow of life that is embracing all of us in all that we are and everything that we are. And I recognize it effortlessly flowing through this service in beautiful grace, harmony, synchronicity, this sweet yes, opening in and through every part of the service, lifting us, holding us, healing us, rooting us in the truth of who we are. And so I surrender into this yes, simply letting it be so. And so it is. Amen. Good morning. I'm Lauren Darge, licensed prayer practitioner here. Will you join me in today's affirmation? I flow with life and trust the wisdom of balance and simplicity. And so it is.
This is a sing-along, if you'd like. Now is the time when I let go of my fears, inhibitions, and sense of dread. When I give up control and I let you hold me with no resistance in my soul. Now is the time when I let go of my fears, inhibitions, and sense of dread. When I give up control and I let you hold me with no resistance in my soul. This is the day when I throw it all away to the fire of the all-loving one. Now I have just what I need to be free to feel who I really am. and I throw it all away to the fire of the all-loving one. Now I have just what I need to be free to feel who I really am. Now is the time when I give up, let go of my fears, inhibitions, and sense of dread. When I give up control and I let you hold me with no resistance in my soul.
Thank you very much for that beautiful and stirring song. Isn't that lovely? And so appropriate. Appropriate for our theme this month of Taoism. And I'd like to begin by telling you a story you've likely heard before. It's probably thousands of years old. It goes like this. Once upon a time, there was a farmer who lived on a rugged hillside with his son, and he owned a single beautiful stallion. It was a magnificent horse, strong and wild, and the neighbors would come by the farm and admire the animal, and they'd say to the farmer, "How incredibly fortunate it is for you that you have such a creature. It's a very good thing." And the farmer sipped his steaming tea and looked out over the fields and replied almost absent-mindedly the famous lines, "Maybe good, maybe bad. Who's to say?" Then one morning the gate was left unlatched, and the horse wandered away and vanished into the distant hills. And the neighbors came by, walked up the dirt road to offer their sympathy, shaking their heads as they said, "What terrible luck you've had. Your beautiful horse is gone. What's going to happen? This is such a bad thing." The farmer looked down and kicked a rock in the sand and said, "Maybe good, maybe bad. Who's to say?" Then a week passed, and unexpectedly the stallion came home, trailing a small herd of wild horses along with him. And the valley neighborhood was abuzz. And the neighbors came, they gathered, they were talking over each other. They could hardly wait to rush over, to lean over the fence and congratulate the farmer on his sudden wealth. "Look at this, you're a rich man now. What a wonderful piece of fortune you have." And the farmer looked over and noted the nervous hush that had settled over the new wild herd, and he murmured, "Maybe good, maybe bad. Who's to say?" The very next day, the farmer's young son, he got right to work on the task of attempting to tame at least one of the wild, unbroken horses. And the struggle was real, and the horse reared, and the son was thrown hard against the wooden post and broke his leg in 3 places. And the ever-present, ever-watchful neighbors, right there, they came eager to help carry the boy inside and offer their, typical commentary. "Oh, look at this, it's awful. Your only son, now crippled, really, not useless, and it's just before the harvest. What a terrible, awful thing this is for you." The farmer sat by his son, looking only at his son, and said, with a sigh, maybe good, maybe bad. Who's to say? The very next week, the king of that land decided to go to war with a neighboring state, as kings do. And the general marched through the valley and was conscripting every able-bodied person into the army to the front lines to fight there. And it was a brutal campaign. Few were expected to return. And when the soldiers arrived at the farmer's house and they looked at the splintered knee, they passed right over him and marched on. And the neighbors, who lost many of their own children, were weeping and said to the farmer, "You're so fortunate. What a miracle that your son was spared. What a lucky and beautiful thing it is for you." Once again, the farmer said softly, "Maybe good, maybe bad. Who's to say?" So you can imagine the story goes on. It continues in this way forever. Fortune and misfortune, trading places, dancing with one another on and on into the infinite horizon forever. The teaching at the center of this story is the power of not knowing and the deep reverence for life's cycles of events. What appears to be a crushing loss may be the very soil from which something unexpected emerges. And what appears to be a fortunate gain may carry with it bitter costs. Now, this kind of storytelling is at the heart of Taoism. It's subtle, not direct, not in your face. Now, the farmer in the story, he receives each event with open palms of not knowing. His maybe is a form of Taoist wisdom. He's staying open to the unfolding of life without rushing to add interpretation and meaning before it is known. The farmer in the story shows us one kind of mindset: spacious, patient, cool, and not inclined to rush to conclusion. The neighbors, on the other hand, show us another mindset. The mindset of, let's say, the frantic mind. The frantic mind that is inclined to give everything a label as soon as possible. It's good, it's bad, it's right, it's wrong, it's desirable, it's undesirable, it's this, it's that. Many of us have been trained in this second way of seeing and being in the world. We're conditioned from a very early age by our families, by our culture, by our algorithms, by media, by societal fear. It was like that in my family, for sure, I was taught from a very early age that if you were not worrying about something, there was something wrong with you. When we got together, it seemed like a swap meet of new and used items that could potentially be worried about. And when I grew up to have the inclination to reject automatic worry, my family scoffed and told me, "Edward, you need to wake up." Wake up to what? Well, now I would say wake up to how easily my attention can be captured, hijacked. Let me tell you about a pioneer of modern public relations, advertising, Edward Bernays. He understood something powerful about how the human mind works, because he knew that people could be moved deeply by such things as fear, desire, belonging, imagery. He knew also that a sense of urgency could be manufactured. He understood that attention could be captured long before thoughtfulness ever came into the room. And he put that into the advertising industry. And today, we live in his legacy. We live surrounded by systems that are specifically designed to do exactly that. Capture attention. Every screen, every headline, every algorithm. Taoism offers a new and different possibility. Pause. Before you hand over your precious attention, pause. Before you hand over your precious attention to the notification on the phone, to the bad driver on the freeway, or to the panic in the room, Taoism invites us to breathe and ask, what is about to shape my conclusion right now? I learned about this long before I ever picked up a book on this beautiful Chinese philosophy. I learned it through experience years ago, during the height of the AIDS epidemic. I was a new and very young Science of Mind prayer practitioner. And the air in those days was thick with terror. It was a time of deep societal panic. So much so that people were terrified to touch AIDS patients. They wore complete protective masks. They didn't touch them. And fear seemed to have closed the door on basic human need of touch and closeness. I received a call from a young man who was dying of AIDS in a local hospital in Southern California where I was working. And he didn't know me and I didn't know him. He had found our center at the back of the Science of Mind magazine. And in his isolation, he reached out for spiritual support. When I arrived at the hospital, the medical staff met me in the hallway, and their warnings were heavy with concern for the severity of his situation. And they told me how terrible he looked and that he was failing. And they described to me the maze of tubes and equipment keeping him alive. You know, they were preparing me. They were protecting me. As a new and young practitioner of Science of Mind, however, I had been trained in a specific spiritual discipline, not to accept the world's ready-made meaning about anything. I didn't realize at that time that it was a kind of Taoist mindset. You know, maybe so. Maybe not so. I'll know when it's known. Now, standing outside that white hospital door, you know, with the warnings of the nurse echoing in my ears, I took a long, deep breath and I told myself silently, nothing needs to have the meaning that is assigned to it by others. So, walk in, Edward, empty. And I went in. Now, look, I would be lying to you if I said I wasn't nervous. I was. And he was indeed a heartbreaking sight. Gaunt and pale. He's breathing labored and shallow. Head on the pillow. But the very second our eyes met, something shifted in the room. The strained, exhausted muscles of his face softened, and he managed really a beautiful smile, radiant really. A smile that made the sounds of the machines and the tangle of all those tubes simply fade into the background. And he looked at me and he said, "Thank God you are here. I so very much need someone to just hold my hand without piling their anxiety or their beliefs on top of me." So I walked over and I sat down and I took his hand. I haven't forgotten the physical weight of that moment. It taught me something invaluable about the power of empty presence, emptiness. You see, right there, he didn't need a lecture on metaphysics. He didn't need me to prop him up with an affirmation of hope. He didn't need me to make promises I had no idea about. He needed me to hold that space of not knowing, so he could simply exist in the presence of human spiritual companionship. After a while, he reached into his belongings with a trembling hand and he pulled out a photograph. It was a picture of him from years before. Handsome, vibrant, laughing. A truly beautiful young man. And he held it up and looked into my eyes and he said, "This is how I want to be known. Can you do that for me? Because my family can't do it right now." So I looked at the photo and then I looked at him and I said, "Yes, of course I can." And I meant it. And he relaxed and I relaxed. And I sat quietly with him and his life just as it was and just as it was not. Did I break down and cry later when I learned he had passed away? Of course. Absolutely. But in those tears, there was a soaring realization. I didn't know anything. I didn't know the mystery of his soul's journey. I didn't know the vastness of what was occurring. And the only real power I possessed in that moment was the ability to show up at his bedside free of reaction, free of conditioning, empty of judgment, as best as I could, and join him in seeing his inner radiance as he identified. Now, since that day, I have thought about how many times I have walked into someone's pain, not empty, but full of explanations, advice, solutions, spirituality, suggestions, answers, examples, remedies, anything but presence. in that room, he taught me that sometimes the most healing thing a person can bring is a mind that is not trying to decide what things mean. Since then, I've developed a kind of practice of asking myself questions whenever I feel my peace slipping away. Like, for example, what keeps me in a state of constant reaction? What is that? What hooks me so quickly that I lose contact with that center of calm? These kind of questions help me remember that whatever it is that keeps me reacting is also the thing that keeps me from connecting and creating and even loving. Reactivity steals attention, my attention, and attention is our currency. It's our creative power, and when we react blindly, it's kind of like handing our power over to the frenzy and feeding it, and it pulls us completely away from everything that is constructive and genuinely powerful, our presence. So what does this look like when we walk out of these doors into the world? How do we practice this out in the wild? And the answer is a theme that has been building over these past months as we studied world faith traditions. And it all begins with the first step of noticing the trigger. The very moment it hits our nervous center, our system, and then naming it. See, when I notice that hot flash of urgency, or that cold grip of fear, or that subtle social pressure to agree, or the sudden pull to yell back, before I even understand what is happening, I try to notice it and name it. Like, oh, I notice anger is present. See, noticing doesn't instantly solve the problem, but it acts like a wedge. It creates a little bit of sacred distance between what happened and my response. And in that wedge, there's just enough space for the second step, which is to try to slow down long enough to listen beneath the white noise of the world so that I can respond from a place of deep, anchored conviction rather than whatever pressure is at work to capture my attention. Years after that hospital visit, when I finally began to read the ancient Taoist writings, it felt like discovering it felt like finding the exact words to describe a room that I had already walked through. Taoism invites us to loosen our white-knuckling grip on certainty. It asks us to become a little less eager to label, to explain, to fix, or to control, to influence, to maneuver, to calculate. It suggests that a reality is always infinitely larger, more mysterious, more friendly than our immediate conclusions about it. The word Tao means way, the way, as in the way of things. And the Tao Te Ching, the book of the Tao, means the book of the way, or the path. And it begins with a warning that doubles as this beautiful invitation. Here it is. The Tao that can be described is not the Tao. The name that can be spoken is not the name. In other words, the realities of this life will never fit neatly into our definitions and conclusions. I mean, the very moment, we know this in science, I mean, the moment you think you have captured something like God or spirit or life or truth or the universe in a neat little box of a definition and explanation, in that moment something essential slips through your fingers and vanishes. The Tao Te Ching is the kind of book that, well, it demands, really, that you close the book and sit. It says, if you did open it, those who know don't talk. Those who talk don't know. So, close your mouth, blunt your sharpness, untie your knots, soften your glare, settle your dust. So, with that beautiful, cheerful caution, we'll spend this month exploring a tradition that begins by telling us that whatever we say about it will inevitably and appropriately be incomplete. Now, the image that I carry with me in my heart this week is that the Tao, the way, it's a river current, within which my life is already moving. And so tomorrow morning, when I wake up, before the headlines and before the opinions start to form and before there is this rush and urgency to make a decision, I'll wake up and realize I'm already in it. I'm already in the river. And rather ask, how can I control this? How may I dominate this? I'm going to try and ask instead, can I be with it enough to stop thrashing against it? Just long enough to feel where it wants to carry me. Of all the practical tools that Taoism offers for our daily lives, none is more inspiring to me than the concept of Wu Wei, the art of effortless action, or what we might call the art of non-fighting. And it suggests that one way to meet the obstacles in life is not to slam your head against them in furious resistance. Or as the text says it more elegantly, the Tao inevitably takes no action, and yet nothing is left undone. Lifeguards teach swimmers, that if they're caught in a terrifying ocean riptide, the worst thing they can do is to swim straight back to the shore against the current. They'll get exhausted. They'll die. They're to swim parallel to the shore until the riptide naturally releases its guest. And I like that image because they're powerful words for our time when so many of us are utterly exhausted. Not only because life just can be exhausting, but from time to time it seems we are swimming so hard against something that, according to Taoism, may not actually be trying to destroy us. So it's worth considering that perhaps life is flowing with us, that life is part of us. And the Tao invites us to tune into that, to try to tune into what is happening right in front of us, to become deeply aware of what wants to emerge. Of course, discernment is still important. Action is still important. It resonates with our science of mind idea beautifully, that idea of perfect right action. That's what we call it. The awareness that there is an intelligence at work, that everything is ultimately engaged in its working. And in my own life, that has meant learning to sit with painful problems rather than trying to force a quick solution with a hammer. It means for me having the courage to show up empty, not knowing, present. The farmer on the hillside and his horse and son, he knew it. The dying young man in the hospital bed, he knew it. He taught it to me. And somewhere, deep inside the center of every person in this room today, there is a place that already knows it too. A sanctuary within you that is already spacious enough, wide enough, present enough to hold the maybe of life without flinching. Now, next week, we'll turn our attention to another dance of Taoism, that of the yin and the yang, the dance of the opposites, and what this ancient way has to teach us about the holy power of surrender and release. I invite you to breathe in with me and exhale. In the infinity of life where I am, everything is present in its fullness. The living Spirit, Almighty, that from which nothing is separate, that which includes everything and excludes nothing. And I recognize it as my home and the home of every person here. That I am one with it begins to become apparent to me. That I'm part of its flow and walking in its direction, harmonized with its nature. It causes me to realize the sacredness of life, the holiness of every unfolding moment. And so I rest in this awareness with an open heart to that which wishes to appear, taking my place among the community of beings, choosing wisely, thinking clearly, loving deeply. And I release this word into that aspect of the law that we call, that aspect of the divine that we call the law, by saying with you, and so it is. Followed by another deep breath and a sigh as we make our transition to the part of our service where we support our center financially. I ask the ushers to stand as you prepare your gift by taking it in your hand and saying after me, I bless this gift. I send it forth to heal and prosper. It does amazing work in the world. And so it is. Ushers, please receive the gift. And thank you very much for your generosity in supporting our center. It means everything.
This is a tune by Ricky Byers. It's an old favorite. And I know a lot of you know it, so you're invited to sing along with the whole thing if you want. sun. But God so much more than the earth and the stars, or all of creation. God is creator, all in all, needing us to shine its light as me, as you. So use me, oh God, I stand for you. And here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do. I see you all got all the clap parts, that's good. Now command my hands, what must they do? Command my life, it's here for you. God is the love that heals all creation. God is creator, makes all things new. And God needs us to shine its light as me, as you. So use me, oh God, I stand for you. And here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do. And God needs us to shine its light. God needs us to shine its light. God needs us to shine its light as me, as you. So use me, oh God, I stand for you. And here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do. Show me all that I must do. Show me all that I must do.
Thank you again for all the gifts that you share with this community, and thanks again to our wonderful band. Juneteenth is a holiday that commemorates the end of slavery in the United States and celebrates freedom for all who have experienced marginalization and oppression. And we're honoring Juneteenth this month with a special summer solstice Wednesday evening Juneteenth potluck and service. I know it's a mouthful. And that is going to be happening on June 17th. So you can sign up on our website as well as over at the info desk if you'd like to bring some delicious food and goodies to share with your friends here at the center. And that potluck will be starting at 6 p.m. on that Wednesday. And then stay for a message from practitioner Lawrence Edwards at 7 p.m. So as I mentioned, you can find that sign-up sheet on our website, and we look forward to seeing you there. And speaking of Wednesdays, this month we're exploring how our emotions relate to our lives as Science of Mind practitioners. And this Wednesday at 7 p.m., I'm going to share all about how we can use our emotions to energize and invigorate our spiritual lives and our spiritual practice. So I look forward to seeing you there. And by the way, can you believe that we're already in June? I know, right? Well, we've shared quite a few exciting classes and workshops in the first half of this year, but you know what? We're not done. So keep an eye out for that new education catalog that's going to be coming up the end of this month that will talk about all of the classes that we have through the end of the year. And then finally, the CSL Sluggers are back playing softball. And they won! So if you'd like to go and see them and support them this summer, we have that schedule for you out at the info desk. You can also find it on our website. So that's all I have for you now. Thank you so much for being part of this community, and have a wonderful week.
If there is something that is incomplete in you, or you cried yourself to sleep last night, or you have something in your life you wish to celebrate and elevate, please don't go home without taking advantage of our in-service prayer support. And you can do the same thing online if you're watching on our YouTube channel. Just go to our website where you'll find the address for our confidential Zoom room where practitioners are waiting to be with you. In the room, go back to the host in the corner there, and she will match you with a prayer practitioner in the room. With that in mind, won't you please stand as you are able, saying, "Something wonderful is happening through me right now. It is this thing called life. Life is in my mind, life is in my body, and life is in my affairs. I think it, I feel it, and I accept it, just the way that it is, and just the way that it is not. Thank you, life. Know with me that you are never alone, that Spirit is right where you are, that you have only to look within at any moment to know that you are guided, sustained, and inspired by a presence that expresses itself as you in this world. In deepest gratitude, let us live our lives accordingly, so that in everything that we do and say and think, we honor this presence within. And so it is. Let's close in song.
I am a prayer for peace. Wherever I go, peace goes with me. I feel peace inside. In every breath, peace abides. I know the joy and peace, and I choose fear to release every moment.